Now you see, you there, you are a wolf man. That's what you are, you're a wolf man. You, I don't know what the fucking hell you are. You're a shit man, you're shit. And you come out the stable of Blumhouse. And what comes out of bums? Shit. And that's what you are. You're a piece of fucking shit. Hey folks, Kilt-Man here. Kilt-Man at your lycanthropic services yet again. And oh my god, I hate it when I'm right. How many videos, how many have I done about Blumhouse's Lee 1L's Wolfman? How many? How many? You tell me, because I've got no idea. But loads. One, two, yeah, loads and loads. And what did I always say? Looks shit. I'm not massively excited about this, but hey, hope for the best, pray for the best, but expect the worst. Well, I was there for the UK debut. It's the theatrical debut yesterday. The first showing round by me was in the afternoon, 1:30 showing, 1:30 in the afternoon, and I watched it, and I sat front row as well. Front row, haven't done that for donkeys yet. Not since I was a kid, sitting in the front row when the screen's even bigger, and you can't even see what the hell's going on. It's so big. But they were showing it on the armchair theatre, where it's the chairs are a bit more curvy and a bit more luxurious. And I walked in, I had a seat arranged, but I walked in and there was a few people there. Not many, but a few. And I thought, no, fuck it, I'm not going to sit over there. I'm going to sit right front and centre, right there, and immerse myself in this movie, which I did do. And of course now I'm thinking, why the hell did I bother? Why did I just wait for streaming? Why did I just get a dodgy stream on the dodgy stick? You know, all those little nefarious sites and streaming platforms where you can watch things willy-nilly. But no, I paid my money. I paid my dues. And after like a good 18 months of looking forward to it, celebrating it, and also dreading it because it's Blumhouse and Lee 1L, Invisible Man, which I know many people love. The Invisible Man, his retake on that. Many people love it. I thought it was a well put together movie, but I did not enjoy it. I was not invested in the characters. I didn't care about the characters. I just thought it was humdrum and, dare I say it, boring. And then he gets Wolfman. My favourite beastie of all, the Wolfman, the werewolf. Not mentioned whatsoever apart from the title in this movie. No one says Wolfman or Wolfman. No one says werewolf. No one. If somebody did, then someone please let me know, because I didn't hear it at all. And I sat front and centre and I watched it, and I thought to myself, right, well, you're watching the first showing and then you come back because you've been talking about this for so long. Come back straight away. Don't go to the pub. Just come home straight away and review the movie. But as many people behind the scenes know, something happened on the way back home from the cinema. I found a guy lying in the middle of the road, a motorcyclist from an RTA, a road traffic accident, lying there. I then spent the next hour and probably an hour and a half tending to his needs and, you know, looking after him whilst waiting for police and emergency services to arrive. Little did I know they were already attending to, and at the exact same time that he came off his bike, another guy, a much younger guy, a father of a very young child, about a mile and a half away, had come off his bike as well, and the air ambulance was called in, but he died. The guy that, I'm not saying that I saved him, but you know, his injuries were far lesser. Much older guy, he was 72 years old. 73, and I think he could be 73 tomorrow, I think it is. And he knew me. He's lying in the middle of the deck, in the middle of the street. There was all traffic stopped on either side. And neighbours are, oh, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And then Kilt-Man strides up. And there was a couple of little fucking knobheads with the cameras out filming it. So turn your fucking cameras off right now. Don't fucking film this, you piece of shit. I'm very diplomatic, you know. And he went, he was lying on the deck and he went, he saw me and he didn't go, Kilt-Man. He went, McEnany, my surname, which is the Irish version of the Scottish name, as you guys know. And but he pronounced it correctly. No one else. It took my wife 30 years to be able to pronounce her married surname correctly. So I was like, well, no brain damage there for you, me old boy. And then I looked after him. Police turned up, and like, well, anyway, that's what happened on the way back from the cinema. So he said to me, please go and tell Mike and go and tell Harry in the pub, the telly and the cask, the telly as in the Telegraph, what happened, and I'll be all right. It's okay, fine. And I did all the shifting. The police didn't do a damn thing. They didn't. They asked him questions, and the driver of the van, which he slammed into. And but did they help him? No, they didn't. So like, he's lying on a cold road. He's 72 years old. We got him some blankets under his head, and we put like a first aider did actually arrive, and she said, oh, he's already in recovery position. Did you do that? I said, no, I didn't. He put himself into it, or rather, he landed conveniently in the recovery position in his biker leathers. So he's still kind of sheltered, but it's cold on the air. It's winter time and it's cold, you know. So we put he said, I've got an emergency thermal blanket. It comes in a little packet. And it's like silver and all that. And you see all the runners come back, you know, after marathons, and they wrap them up in this. It's one of those. And we got some pocket warmers. I said, I broke them. I said, put them in your hands right now. And then these two female coppers arrived in a great big paddy wagon. And I went, look, it's 90 minutes, because I got told on the phone, it's 90 minutes for an ambulance to arrive. I said, you fucking kidding me? I didn't know about the other emergency. And that said, that shouldn't matter, because, well, paramedics go there, but surely you have other paramedics to go for other emergencies. You must have other staff. No. That's the UK right now. You have not got anything at all to help anybody at any given time. So it's just me and these two female coppers. So like, can't we get him into your wagon there? Because, you know, he's cold. Oh, we can't lift him. So I'll lift him. Oh, we can't do that. Could have injuries. Anyway, time goes on, and we talk to him. He was happy, loving the attention, and a bit embarrassed because he had a guy in a kilt crouching over him. His view probably wasn't what he wanted, you know. His last image shouldn't have been my tackle hanging down in his face. Really, it shouldn't be. Then all of a sudden, cops arrive. 8 foot tall bastards, like without the fucking Bobby's tit on the head. You know, they all arrive. Hey, who are you here? What did you see? I'm giving them Scottish accents, none of them had that. What did you see? So I arrived after the scene, you know, after the event, and I just helped out, and I've been with them ever since. Blah, 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 blah. And, right, well, so look, said Tony, for that is his name. Said, Tony, can you shift? Can you sit up? My right leg hurts, and my stomach hurts. Maybe my spleen or my abdomen. He didn't know. He's just clutching his stomach. Okay, fine. But can you sit up? So I gets him up, and he's on his left butt cheek. I said, like now, like your right leg is the one that's giving you some jip. Can you possibly? I made him wiggle his toes in his boots. He wiggled his feet, so you know. And his fingers were all okay. You know, everything was tickety-boo. Can you just shift over to your right butt cheek? And he went, and he slid over. Yeah, it's fine. So I'm saying to all these fucking, you know, Goliaths, you know, in uniform, I said, look, I'm gonna get him into your fucking paddy wagon there. He's not going to sit on a cold road for 90 minutes waiting for a fucking paramedics ambulance to get here. He's not. I won't have that. Well, we can't help him. So what use are you really? None whatsoever. So I managed to, you can't carry him. I said, I'm not going to carry him. If he can support himself, I'll help him. I kind of realised his injuries were not that bad. And I will give one copper his due. He said, like, don't get fresh with me, but I'm going to feel your legs, your thighs. And the reason why he did that was because sometimes you might not realise your leg is broken and there could be a fracture and a bone sticking out. So any movement could puncture an artery. So, and you wouldn't see it in his biker leathers. You wouldn't see it at all. So he felt his legs. No, there's nothing swollen there, and he's not wincing any pain. So should be all right. But they didn't help me move him. So I gets him up and I stands him up, and then I've got his arm around my shoulder and I've got an arm under his shoulder, other side. And in the fucking he almost sprinted like a fucking gazelle. You know, no, he didn't. He did it he was kind of like, shit, everyone's watching me. There's tons of neighbours and people are all out watching on the street now. And I've got to make this look like I'm really in pain. I don't think he was in a lot of pain at all. And I managed to get him to the slide door of the paddy wagon. The big police fucking wagon was open, and we sat him on that, and he was happy. So you're gonna tow? You're gonna wait there? Are you gonna tell Mike and Harry? I said, yeah, I'll do that. Don't worry about that. I'll do all that. And so I left him there, and I went to Telegraph, and I went to Cask, and I got embroiled in a major incident in the Cask as well. Wouldn't you know it? So anyway, why do I tell you all this bullshit and minutiae before reviewing Wolfman? Why? Because what happened to me after seeing Wolfman was infinitely more exciting and better, with much more nuanced, brilliantly written dialogue and characters than what I saw in the cinema. Wolfman, Lee 1L, Blumhouse. Fucking hell. No, I did say, look, the Wolfman is my favourite horror character. Werewolves are my favourite monsters. And this is a different take, which it certainly is. A good one? No. So what is Wolfman? It's a spinny top off a bottle of Budweiser. Cheers, y'all. Right. Blake and his wife, they've got a little daughter called Ginger, and they're not getting on too well. He and Ginger get on superbly. He is, as we find out halfway through, no, about a third of the way through the movie, he's a writer, a struggling writer. He's between jobs, and he learns that they're in Manhattan, or whatever the hell they are, the big city, that his dad, who's been estranged from for many, many years, who went missing many years ago, and he bugged out, went to the big city and left his dad behind. His dad has now been declared dead. Officially, authoritarianismly dead. That's a word. Authoritarianismly dead. No body, but he's been missing for so long, he's dead now. And by the way, you now own his house, so in Oregon. Do you want to go out there? Here's the keys. Here's the deeds. Keys, deeds, off you go. So to try to repatriate himself and his wife, what's her name? Charlotte? I think it's Charlotte, played by Julia Garner. Christopher Abbott plays Blake Lovell. Charlotte is played by Julia Garner. And Ginger, the daughter, is played by Matilda Fair. Now, she and her dad get along like that. So he sees but the mother is a workaholic. She's a journalist, and but we've got the deeds to the house now. Let's go out. it could be great. It's a chance for us to get back together again, to find our spiritual harmony. Let's go do it. Let's go out to the woods, the wilderness of Oregon. So off they go, and en route they meet. They get lost on the way back to his dad's place he grew up in. They get lost en route, and they meet a guy called Derek. Derek, who's he played by? I didn't write his name down. Well, there you go. Doesn't matter. And he's like a gun-toting redneck, you know, in a deer hide, in one of these raised camouflage sort of like hunting lodges, and he comes out like, "Don't I know you?" And like Blake's like, I don't know. He's like, "I'm Derek. Yeah, you're Grady's son, aren't you?" Grady was Blake's dad. He's, "Oh yeah, and you're Derek. Yeah, oh, I remember you. Yeah, I'm trying to find me pappy's place." "Well, he went missing. We don't know where he's gone. And you're on the wrong road. This is the road to my house, you know. But I know where you can go. I know where you should be. So I'll get in your cab with you." And he's got a fucking rifle with him. And like Charlotte, Julia Garner, and the kid Ginger are like, we've all seen enough movies to know, like, you know, rednecks with guns, especially. Don't let them in. Don't let them into your house. Don't let them into your car. Don't let them do anything. But like Blake's like, "Oh no, he's fine. He's all right. Look, around here, everyone's got guns." Yeah. So they get in, and he's like, "Look, you want to go this road and that road. So what is it you do?" This is where we learn about them. "Oh, I'm a journalist." You didn't know that beforehand, but suddenly you do now. "And what do you do?" "Oh, I'm a writer, between jobs." Yeah. "And what about you, young girl?" "Oh, I'm just the daughter that everyone's meant to like. Our hearts, audience hearts are wrapped around me because it's a monster movie, and we all care about little kids, don't we?" "No, we fucking don't." And and then as they're driving, you want to take up this road, then you go that road, and you'll be on your property. And then suddenly, and it's not moonlight, it's not nighttime, a tall, shaggy thing is in the middle of the road. Wham! Blake fucking steers over to avoid it, goes over the curb, goes over the fucking embankment, rolls down, and gets stuck in trees, upended. And Derek's gone out the fucking door. The wife and the child have managed to escape, but the thing that they saw in the middle of the road is still there. And it manages to get hold of, well, it smashes a window, and it gets hold and bites or rips apart Blake's arm. And as Blake watches horrified, Derek's lying there, gets dragged, and you hear chompy, snarly noises. So he's dead. So Blake manages to get out, and he gets his wife, gets his daughter. Well, the vehicle is a moving van. You know, it's all their belongings. "Well, let's just go to my dad's house. Let's go and live there for a bit. See how we like it." So but it's on its side. It's like think of, oh no, Michael Caine, The Italian Job, you know. But it swung out over the edge. It's kind of like that, really. But let's run. Let's run to the house. I recognise this path here. So they run through the woods, and they get to his dad's house. And this thing's following them. Whatever it was is out there, and it's pursued them. They get in the house, they board up the doors, and it's prowling around outside. It's smashing through the windows and stuff like that. They managed to board it all up, but he's been ripped up on the arm. He finds the generator down in the basement. Power comes back on, lights, and heating and all sorts of stuff. And the CB radio doesn't fucking work, so they can't even call for any help. So, anyway, they have a night of hell. This thing's outside, and Blake is now transforming. He is. It's almost shot in real time, which is a nice aspect, really. Um, so he's slowly, his hyper senses are alerted to sound and everything else, and he's beginning to like lose contact with like what people are saying to him, and he sees them in a different sort of view. This thing outside keeps attacking. He gets worse, and it all brews up to a big mano-a-mano battle with the thing that's outside, which he will destroy. Oh, by the way, spoilers. Hey, and then he will then turn on the family, and the family will have to kill him, of course. There you go. Well, that's it. That's the fucking movie. A werewolf movie, a wolfman movie, where they do not mention the terms wolfman or werewolf at all. At all. Your early sequence is set 30 years before the events of this movie. And you have the young Blake, played by, let's get him, Zach Chandler plays the young Blake with his dad. His dad, Grady, played by Sam, is it Jaeger or is it Jaeger? Could be either. And they go out hunting. Now, there's no reference to his mum. Where's the mum? Unless I've missed something again. And where's the mother? They don't even mention, your mum used to do this, and like when we got 17, your mum died, and blah. They don't know. Unless I've missed it, I've got no idea about Blake's mum at all. Nothing whatsoever. And his dad is a bit of a survivalist. Well, they're living out in the wilds of Oregon, and he's a hunter, He also, if you pay attention, he's wearing Vietnam-issued tiger stripes. I wear Vietnam-issued tiger stripes. I've got them. Doesn't mean I was in Vietnam, but when you see it in a movie, is it trying to tell you something? And you will see that Blake later on, the adult Blake, is wearing army fatigue tropical shirt with USMC burned into it. USMC, United States Marine Corps. So had he joined the Marines, or was this a top that he got from his dad? His dad was in the... We don't get told. You don't know. I find these things very interesting because obviously I'm ex-military and I love and spot these little elements. And but there was no cohesive reason behind why they were wearing these things. Hunters wear camouflage, but tiger stripes is not camouflage for the hills and the woods of Oregon. By the way, it's not filmed in America, it's filmed in New Zealand. And Lee Whannell, who directed this and co-wrote it with Corbett Tuck, fool of a Tuck, is from Down Under. So it is neck of the woods. And I've had a lot of people say people from Oregon say, oh my God, it looks just like Oregon. It looks just like it's the valley of blah, 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 and blah. It looks amazing. Well, it does look amazing, but it's not Oregon. It's fucking New Zealand. So there you go. But this opening sequence has the young kid being eat your breakfast, eat that, do that, blah, blah, blah. A very authoritarian father, very staunch in his attitudes and that, all right, now, 0700, we go hunting, So off they go hunting. I was looking at the weapons. I couldn't quite work out what rifles they were carrying. It looked like the young Blake was carrying an air rifle at one stage. But I don't think it was. It'd be a 2.2, I would suppose. But I don't know. And his dad's trying to teach him, wilderness tricks and traits. Don't touch those mushrooms. They're death cap mushrooms. Do you know why they're called death cap? No. It's like, fucking hell, it's going to kill you. And you think these life lessons are going to play a part in later in the movie. They won't. This film has a lot of foreshadowing, but these elements are not involved at all. And they spot a deer and it ducks out of sight so his dad can't take the shot. They go into the deer hide. Hang on a second. The son fucks up and sees something. He sees a standing beast in the distance by the trees, and he can't do anything at all. The father, what? Take the shot. Why do you take the shot? There's something else there. So they go and hide in the deer hide, and high up and all that, and something comes snuffling around, and they are shitting themselves good style. You hear grunting and you see, you know, the steam from its nostrils coming over the top of the deer hide, and the dad's terrified. And I think remember right, he looks over, he might see something, I'm not too sure. And then they go back to the house, and he's on his CB radio. The kid's meant to be in bed, but Dad Grady is on the CB talking to someone who I think Lee Whannell does a voiceover, a vocal cameo in this, and I think it's the guy he's talking to on the CB. I think, and he said, "Look, I saw it." You saw what? What did you see? You know what I'm talking about. I saw it. It's out there. What's out there? But young Blake walks in and sees his dad and hears all this, and his dad turns around, and then cut to 30 years later. Now, what I should say is, starting the film, you've got like a bit of a sort of scroll, bit of text comes on the screen. I forgot what it says, but it's basically this: the old Indian legends have it that there's a virus or a plague to do with nature, that if, you know, someone could be, I don't know, not even bitten, but they get the face of the wolf. And that's the only time you're going to see, apart from the title, you're going to see the word wolf or hear the word wolf in this movie. That's it. That is fucking it. So, oh no, it's not, we're not werewolves, we're not wolfmen. You know, no, it's a virus, it's a plague, it's a virus, it's swimming out there in the woods, we're too afraid. We're not a werewolf movie, we're doing something different. Bullshit. You're Blumhouse, you talk out your ass. Invisible Man, oh no, it's really about, like, you know, angst and sort of domestic abuse. That's what it's all about. It's a subtext, it's metaphor, it's allegorical. Just give us a fucking horror film, for fuck's sake. You screwed up the Halloween movies. You screwed up massively with Exorcist Believer. What a steaming pile of fucking Beelzebub fucking bollocks that turned out to be. But no, we're doing things differently. They want to be A24. They want to be art house. They want to try to tell something differently. But they don't do that very well at all. So anyway, that said, modern day now, 30 years later, dysfunctional family, and, you know, Ginger, what's her name again? Oh God, Matilda Fair, great little girl, rosy cheeks. I liked it because my cheeks have gone very rosy of late because of all the alcohol I'm forcing into my system, and so I kind of thought, well, you got red cheeks there. Oh, I like that. And move out to the big city. They get the news that the dad's, well, declared dead. He's gone missing for like fucking how many years. Blake had a massive sort of set to with his dad. You don't see this, but then they didn't see eye to eye and he left. Again, where's the mother? You know, not mentioned at all. Meets Charlotte, workaholic. And like, but they're kind of getting a bit strange. There's a bit of a wedge between them. Ginger likes her dad more than she likes her mother, and there's a bit of there's you know, there's argy-bargy taking place. Well, let's go out there, and as you know, they go out there and they meet Derek, and then he meets something in the road, and it puts a bite or a rip or a snarl or a grasp or whatever it fucking does on his arm, and then he changes overnight. So you get. That's it, basically. That is it. There is no more plot to it than that. It's first act and second act, and there is no third act. It doesn't do it. It doesn't work like that. So they escape to the house and all that. Derek's dead, and this thing's outside, and now Daddy's changing. Daddy hears noises, and this was quite a good bit, or it wasn't maximised on at all. He hears, let's see if I can do this. It's definitely here somewhere. Let's do this. I'm playing the soundtrack. Benjamin Wolfish. his soundtrack to it, which is actually really good. I'm trying to get to. He hears sounds which are. He hears all this, and he goes to investigate, goes up and down the stairs. They've barricaded the place now, up and down the stairs, and he opens a closet, and then, and there's a spider crawling up the wall, and it's that bum 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 bum. It's the spider's feet, crawling up the wall, but his senses have been so hyper alert that you can hear it like fucking thunderclaps, and that's quite good, except. How does he suddenly get very used to all that very quickly? Because he does. Because you'd hear like flies and their wings go. You'd hear all these things. Someone scratching. You'd hear all that. But no, it just to show the fact that he's getting hypersensitive, you can hear a spider walking up a wall. Oh my God! Wow, that's clever. And then it's forgotten about. You will have him, his teeth begin to come out, his face changes, he's looking sweaty and very gypsy like, which is apt for a Wolfman movie, I suppose. And he begins to not hear what his wife and daughter are saying to him, like what you always think a dog hears. Like you're going, like in my case, my poor dear departed Roxy. I go, Roxy, let's go for a walk. Come on, I'm going to go to the pub, I'm going to do this. And all Roxy hears is like, blah, 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 Roxy, blah, 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 Roxy, blah, 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 Roxy, Roxy, Roxy. That's all dogs hear. So it's a bit like that. He can't quite understand what they're saying. And his lower jaws jutting out. Bit like that. And and he begins to see, and they made a big thing out of this in lots of reviews. Oh, isn't it wonderful how the point of view changes from humans to our Wolfman? Well, it would be, but it's crap. It's crap. The camera will have like Julia Garner and the daughter speaking to Daddy Boy, and like they're normal as you can see them, and they're talking blah 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 blah. Yeah, Blake, you all right? Blake, we're getting safety. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Blah 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 blah. And he's like going, and all you can hear is like blah 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 blah, and the camera in one move will suddenly go to like they will become silvery, sort of chrome looking, and their eyes will glow red or whatever, and he can't understand what they're saying. I like the idea. The execution is not very well done, despite what other people are going like, wow, the way they did that, fuck off. They did it in Predator, they did it in Wolfen in 1981, they've done it in films way back in the 60s, way better than this. This did nothing. It didn't put you in his boots, his paws, his claws. Fucking paws and claws. Dear God, Wolfman, my arse. Like my arse is hairier than this fucking thing. And scarier as well. And can howl a lot more than this fucking thing does too. Cheers, y'all. So, but he's still got a semblance of like, I've got to look after my family, because you've got this annoying bloody thing, which you learn they're in New York, Manhattan, the big city, wherever the fucking hell they are, and there's a little trick which you're going to get bored of very quickly between him and his daughter. Put your hand on my head, and she does that. And you go, what am I thinking? Oh, that I'm your favourite girl, or you love me. Do you know what? Annoyingly, I've actually forgotten what the slogan is, but in a way I'm kind of made up because it's fucking bullshit anyway. You're the best girl in the world. I love you. I'll protect you. That kind of shit. And she says it out loud, and you've got like, wow, you have got abilities. You've got superpowers. You are telepathic. How'd you do it? And right from the word go, oh, that's going to be prefigured later on, isn't it? That's going to happen again when you're a monstrous sort of wolf-man hybrid kind of creature. That's going to happen. Everything in this movie is foreshadowed. And a lot of things that should be foreshadowed to happen later on don't, which is the annoying thing. The most banal crap signposted things happen again and again and again. And you're like, oh God almighty, just cut to the quick, will you? We know what's going to come next. So he degenerates quite a bit. They have patched up the wound on his arm, and but oh no, blood on the floor. The bandages are soaked through. Takes them off. It's a raw, gaping, horrible wound. And so what is he going to do? Yeah, I'll do my own self aid. Like dogs lick their own wounds. Well, he doesn't do that. It would have been good if he did. If he started to lick his own wound, but he didn't do that. No. He starts chewing on his own flesh. Chew, Bolly McGrew. Why? And you got Julia Garner going, and then more beastly attacks. There is a van, a truck, a rig, a small rig outside from his dad's day, and but it won't start. So she manages to find keys and a battery and some jump leads and tries to jump start it, but they're doing it on the quiet because the other beast, the actual proper werewolf, there ain't no werewolves in this movie, is still out there trying to do it quietly. And they get it, and they put the dad in the back, and he's all like, what's wrong with Dad? Daddy's sick, but we're going to get him looked after. We're going to go to a hospital. We're going to get him taken care of. Don't you worry about a thing. Yes. Wipers go on, and suddenly you get that face in the windscreen. That face, yes, the face of this wolfman. And there's two wolfmen in this movie, but they look the fucking same. They look like that bastard there, which is an orc from Lord of the Rings. I don't care what Lee Whannell says, and I haven't written down the guy's name who does the special effects because he's not worthy of writing his name down. I've seen the featurettes. You guys have seen the featurettes. Oh wow! But we know we can't go back to the likes of Jack P. Pierce, who did the original Wolfman and all the Universal horror monsters from the 30s and 40s and 50s. We can't go back to that because we can never capture that again. And we can't do Rick Baker stuff from American Werewolf in London or Rob Bottin from The Howling. We can't do that. We've got to do something different. Or what's their view of difference? What's their idea of being different? A werewolf that has no fur. A werewolf that just has a couple of fangs and a bit of a slightly underbite. A bit like that. And fuck all else. Oh, claws. But that is it. That is it. Werewolf. Yeah, exactly. Werewolf. Because there ain't one in this movie. Not one. Absolute fucking bollocks. So, the werewolf outside, smashing through the windscreen, the side passing him in, and blah, blah, blah. And like, they manage to get out, and like, Daddy Boy goes like, he's like, run to the house, you know. So he runs to the house, and what he does, he goes out the back door of the rig, and goes off into the woods. And I think the idea is that he's going to draw the other beast out. So he'll then return. They get to the house, the wife and the daughter get to the house, but he comes back. It's Daddy-O. They recognise him. You know, he's got like, and he's lost all his hair, by the way. And Chris Abbott in this movie looks like Mo Salah from Liverpool FC. He does. I've said it in previous videos. He looks when he's normal, like Mo Salah. Wow, that's a good thing. Well, I thought it'd be a good thing. There's a fucking own goal in this, though, isn't it? And he loses all his hair. And it's just a few straggly bits of shit, big long piabs over his bonds, and but let him back in, and he's changed again. Like changed. He's just less hairy. When you go a wolfman or a werewolf, you should be becoming hairier. Yeah, I think that's time honoured. It's true. I would have said. But no, he gets less hairy. And he comes in and he vomits up a finger, a severed finger. Now, you don't find out who that finger belongs to. I can presume it belongs to, he's led the other wolfman out into the woods, had a bit of a tussle and took a finger off and come back and then thrown it up. Because it's not one of his fingers. Again, unless you've seen something that I've not seen, has he bit his own finger off? He's already chewed his own arm, and he will chew something else of his own body part as well later on. And we've all, if we could, we would. He's chewed his arm, and he will chew other bits. But he doesn't lose a finger. So he hasn't eaten his own finger. So I can only presume that he's in a fight with the other wolf in the woods, which we haven't seen. He's bitten a finger off him. So he throws up a finger, but it's a human finger. So you're like, oh, okay, well, all right, that's nasty. That's stuck in your craw, didn't it? You know, better out than in. And like, so anyway, more attacks, more transformations take place. He will, there's a point where they end up on the greenhouse. They've got like one of the plastic sheeted greenhouses on the father's. This is his land, of course, like his farmhouse and his other little outbuildings, and he's got like a plastic sheeted greenhouse, and they end up on the top of that. Like they climb up a ladder, escaping from the vehicle again. Like I'm sure it's a different scene actually, and they get on top of this, and the other wolfman gets inside, and he's jumping up and like ripping the the plastic sheeting, and the girl falls through. He manages to save her and pull her back up again. I think that, that's it. I think that's how it happens. They're on top of that roof there, and Daddy Wolfman goes, and they go, what? A bit like he can't hear what they're saying, understand what they're saying. You can't understand what the hell he's saying either. So, and then, yeah, that's how it happens. The jump starting in the vehicle, they run to this, get up the ladder, get on the roof of this thing, and the wolfman goes in and starts ripping the ceiling apart. Girl falls through, they pull her back up again. He goes, look, fucking, you run to the house, I'll distract him. That's how it happens. There you go. We've only seen it once, for fuck's sake, and that's enough for anybody. So, and he comes back with the finger and all that kind of shit, like. Now, that scene on the air, you think that'd be quite full of suspense and tension? Well, Leigh Whannell doesn't seem able to manufacture any suspense or tension whatsoever. A bit like a certain other director for Blumhouse, whose name I have said I will never utter again. Initials are DDG. That's all you need to know. Who cannot summon any talent to manifest any suspense or excitement or tension. It's just scene after scene after scene of no investment, no care, no worries, just absolute fucking stop. Just stop right now. Just put up the end and I'll walk out quite happy. It's done. It's been 5 minutes. That's enough for me. Ta-da. And this, Leigh Whannell, again, can't do it. There is no tension, no suspense, no nothing. And a big unforgivable thing is you don't care about any of these characters. You don't give a shit. You got a little girl in jeopardy, but you don't care. You got the wife and the husband, marital, sort of strife, but they'll come together. She still loves him, and I'll look after you. And we got daddy's sick, and all. You don't give a shit about any of them. You simply don't do it. So anyway, where was I up to? So vomit up a fucking finger, and they're back in the house after that. And what happens after that? I think he goes for them, and they're kind of scared about him. And oh god, I know the CB radio isn't working. His dad used the CB radio to say like, "I've seen it. It's out there. It's real. What have you seen?" Which I think is Leigh Whannell's voice. And he goes like, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I've seen. That's his dad, Grady. And Grady, his dad who went missing. Remember that? You know where I'm going with this anyway. And so anyway, The other wolfman does break in again. Despite their barricades, he gets in. So you get a big fucking fight between Daddy and, well, other Daddy. Yeah, spoilers. Ta-da! Who's the other wolfman? Who is it? Who's the guy that went missing out in the woods? And 30 years later, his son comes back and like, who is it? Who's the wolfman out there? Yes, it's Grady. It's his dad. It's his dad. They have a big fight, and our boy, our new wolf boy, tears the throat out of the aggressor, the one that put the bite or the rip or the whatever on his arm and turned him into one of his own. And he sees the tattoo, his dad's tattoo on his arm. It's Dad. Oh my God. One of the big things about this movie, which I said literally about 12 months ago, when all the plot details, after we knew it wasn't Ryan Gosling who was meant to be in this, and the whole story changed completely. So we knew when they used the terms generational trauma, generational grief, generational angst, you're like, oh really? Generational. So father and son. Right. And I've said literally about a year ago, I'll bet you any money that his dad's the werewolf that puts the bite on him. I fucking said this a year ago. And who is it? It's his dad that put the bite on him. Oh, what a fucking surprise. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Oh, big shock horror. Oh no, it's Dad. Fucking obvious. It's obvious before I even saw the fucking movie. It was going to be his dad. Fucking obvious. And then you go and do it in the most humdrum, banal fashion of unveiling. Wow. But does the daddy werewolf get back up again? That would have been great. Doing Michael Myers. Throat torn out. Sits up. No, he's gone. He's gone. But now Daddy, our normal Daddy now, Christopher Abbott Blake, he's given in to his normal, well, his now super normal wolf tendencies. And you've had the transformation. Oh, how did I forget that? Well, easily, because they showed the entire transformation in a featurette before the film came out. Oh, wonderful. Blumhouse, marketing. Wow. You let the cat out the bag with that ridiculous costume in Halloween nights in Orlando, Florida. And we all saw it, and I reviewed it, I talked about it, said, that's your Wolfman? Oh, no, it isn't. It looks different in the movie. Yeah, it does, because as I said beforehand, without even seeing it, light, shadows, does make a difference. It does look, don't get me wrong, and it does look better in the movie. It couldn't possibly look any worse. It's still a piece of shit. That's your Wolfman there. There, it's an orc. It's an orc from Mordor. It's a fucking pathetic underbite, baldy fucking absolute piece of shite. It's not a werewolf. It's not a Wolfman. It's the furthest thing you can imagine from being a werewolf. So, the big transformation scene, which lasts about, 90 seconds. Forget American Werewolf in London, forget The Howling, forget any transformation scenes you've seen in any movie whatsoever. This is shit. Because we saw in the featurette, and I think I remember talking about that featurette, my God, they've shown this. Oh, yeah, that looks reasonable. I'm sure there's a lot more to it than that. That can't be it. No, that is it. That's it. Yeah, his jaw, he goes, clicks his jaw into place. Well, it's basically, oh, I must have an underbite. Remember to pull your jaw out, your lower jaw. Underbite. Underbite full effect. Tear your hair out, yeah. Absolute wank. Pure and utter wank of a monster. It's pathetic. So, anyway, he will then go on the rampage after his own family. They make a run for it. They go to the big barn, and it's all nice and dark in there. And Charlotte, Julie Garner, manages to get like this a bear trap. People call it a bear trap, a man trap, a trap. It can trap fucking anything. If you've got a leg or any bit of fleshy appendage and you hit that, it's gonna go whop. So if you've got a big dangly cock, and you're walking through the woods, watch out, you know, you could lose your precious helmet, you know. And they're in there. Now this is quite well done, I will, you know, hold my hands up as I'm doing right now and say, like, yeah, this bit worked pretty well. She's with Charlotte and Ginger together. And like, you hear him snarling around outside the barn, and you've seen him prepare this man trap, bear trap, steel trap thing, and the camera sort of prowls around a bit, like, and then in the shadows, suddenly you see him sitting there. He's right beside them. He's actually been there pretty much the whole time. He's got in right after them and been sitting there on his haunches waiting for them. And then of course he goes for them, and he now I don't know if you can see behind you here, behind me certainly. Oh well, there's the Wolfman there from 1941, the original Wolfman. Now Lon Chaney Jr. does put his foot right in it, in a man trap, but the gypsy Maliva, Maria Uspenskaya, finds him. Her son, played by Bela Lugosi, her son, called Bella, played by Bela Lugosi, puts the bite on the monster, and the monster kills the first werewolf, the Wolfman, with this, the silver-headed cane. Did he? This one, this very one here. And but then he becomes a werewolf after that, and the gypsy Maliva feels, oh, you know, God, I've got to look after you because my son did this to you, and you know, the path you walk is thorny, you know, through no fault of your own, and all that, like blah 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 blah, all that, the mantra. So he saves him from the man trap. So our boy steps into it. He's like, oh, for fuck's sake! Mother and daughter fucking leg it. So what does our boy do? He chews through his own leg. I was reminded of Mad Max. You know, the end of Mad Max, the first Mad Max, where he gets Johnny the boy, and you know, you can't kill me, man. Not for stealing a man's boots. But Mad Max knows you're a fucking cunt. You've killed my family. You're part of it, the fucking toe cutters gang. I've killed everyone else, but I'm going to give you a chance here. And he handcuffs him to the overturned vehicle, and he hooks it all up so it's going to explode. So look, if you're lucky, you know, well, the steel in that chain is like high tensile steel. It'll take you 15 minutes to hack through it with this hacksaw. But if you're lucky, you can hack through your ankle in 5 minutes, or whatever it is. So, choice is yours. Yeah, you think I look silly, don't you? Yeah. Boom, he gets blown up. So, our boy here has to like nibble through his foot, his ankle, and you see him doing it. Don't see him chewing for the bone. Excuse me. Don't see him chewing for the bone. He's nibbling on some, you know, some of the gnarly bits, but where's the bone? You know, chewing. Where's the big chomp on that? Where's him like fucking waggling the bone to break it loose? Anyway, he will then go on all fours. Oh, finally! Oh, we get a Wolfman on all fours. Well, you had that in 2010 with the remake of the Wolfman from Joe Johnson and with Benicio del Toro, Anthony Hopkins. A great movie, a shit movie, but a great one at the same time. I do apologise. I've gone very dry, you know, so I better swig some of this stuff. So Chompy Chomp gets through all that, and he's bounding after them. They're now running through the woods, mother and daughter. Daddy's after them, and you would think they would make a big point of it. It's a severed leg, for God's sake, you know. And he's like, he's kind of hobbling, you know. But no, he just fucking all fours, sprinty sprint, and they get to the deer hide. The deer hide that when Blake was a kid with his father, they got it, and something came snuffling around, which we know was obviously the original Wolfman. Sorry, you are told in that opening scroll, a hiker went missing, but the Indians tell of, you know, a virus, a wilderness plague, and it produces the face of the wolf. Lycanthropy? No. But anyway, so they get into this hide, and she's got a rifle and all that, and And of course, they can hear him snuffling around. Again, it's the foreshadowing you had in the sort of prologue bit. You're going to get it now. And he comes up. Hello? Kilroy is here. Yeah. And the daughter's put her hand on his head and all like, he wants you to kill him. He said it's over, or whatever she fucking says. Like, so, and is pleading, animalistic. They've now turned really black, shiny eyes, onyx eyes. And he's like, and she's like, I can't do this. So like, oh, okay, I'll fucking lunge at you then. So he lunges and bang, shoots him. No silver bullets, no full moons, there's no werewolf folklore in this movie whatsoever. Shoots him off the side of the hide, down he lands, like Michael Myers, only when they look over, his body's still there, and it's dead. So they go down there and like, oh yes, yeah, he's dead. Daddy's dead. Dad's dead. Right, let's go. And they do. They walk off into the wilderness. And they go in a really hackneyed, horrible, and I genuinely mean this, horrible, horrible sequence. He has said to them, my father's, land, there is a valley, 2 mountains on either side. He explains what a valley is, for those of us that don't know what a valley is. There's a valley, 2 mountains either side. And the view, the vista, it's hope. I hope one day, you two will see it. Which is again why he goes out there to repatriate the family and all that. And I get that's kind of nice. I'm not knocking that, but the way it's done, the way Lee Whannell does this, they've just killed the dad and this walk on to the woods, and the next thing is daylight, and they're walking towards the camera, and oh, it's so horribly done, so contrived, and you know exactly what they're looking at. But my God, he drags it out. They walk towards the camera, they stop, and they're all doing all these almost animated expressions. And then the camera will pan back. And yes, what is it? A big pad of wolf shit. No. It's the valley. A valley that's a valley with mountains on either side. A valley, yeah. And a big lake. And there it is. Hope. So, did they get lost on the way back from the fucking house? They ran from the car wreck, the overturned vehicle. They ran from that and went straight to the house. So the road is just there. So they could have gone back to that and gone down the road. But no, they walked off into the fucking wilderness. Chances are they'll be killed by grizzly bears now. They've got no fucking chance whatsoever. A wife and a daughter. A mother and daughter. What? No, bullshit. And she's a city girl. So there's no chance. Oh, we fought off 2 werewolves. Well, we can't call them werewolves because we don't know what they were. It's a generational grief and angst, trauma. That's what it is. It's not werewolf. It's not lycanthropy. They're not wolfmen, despite the title of the movie. Oh, fuck off. And it ends there. It just ends there. And you get this hugely elegiac track, which I think has been playing in the... No, this will be it. If you listen to this, I think... As they spy this vista. And it's all like... It's hugely grandiose music, which I think is lovely. But you haven't earned it. This film does not earn your respect in that way. You do not give 2 shits about any character in here at all. They're not badly acted, they're just badly written. They've got nothing to play with. And there's not enough time to get to know them to like really, oh my God, invest in these characters. You don't care. You don't give a shit about them. Oh wow, there's another werewolf out there. Oh my God, it's your dad. Really? Saw that coming a mile away. And we don't care? What happened to your mum, by the way? Or was it like Anthony Hopkins in a really stupid fit? The Wolfman from 2010, which I love, but it is daft. Why would Anthony Hopkins as a wolfman, go and kill his own wife, and then put the bite on his own son, and kill his own son, his one son, and then put the bite on the other, and then blame him, and then bring him back into the world, and then fight. What the fucking hell's the point of it? It's utterly stupid. It's stupid, but great fun. And at least it's fun with great effects. This, no fun, boring, bland. Here, as they survey this vista, and you're meant to like, oh, they've been through such an odyssey. They've been to hell and back. Their dad, the poor dad, the sacrifice. So what? So everyone in the cinema left. Everyone left as soon as they went at the end. They were gone. I stayed because I always do stay to the end credits. Even a film which is utter shit like this, I will stay because people have put their time and effort into these things. I mean, look, I don't like the effects in it. I think the effects, the design work is garbage, utter garbage. But someone was, you want me, director and writer Lee Whannell, you want me to come up with this? These are your ideas. Okay, I'll do it. And they come up with it. So they still put their time and effort in. Same did all the writers, the camera people, and everyone has done their time and effort. So I'll always sit there and watch to the end credit. Always. Usually because I enjoy the music at the end as well. In this movie, oh, they go and do it, don't they? Yeah, the music you just heard there plays over the end credits, but it's broken up. You get a fucking horrible soft rock ballad gets thrown in. What? And I was like, oh, you're not doing it. Oh, you are. Oh my God. So 2.5 minutes of credits gets soaked up with this horrible, horribly hackneyed fucking mock rock ballad. It's god awful. And then you get the music coming afterwards. See, like Benjamin Wolfish's score, can you hear the wolves howling there? It's sampled effect of wolves howling and orchestral rendition of it. And the battering on doors and things and the spiders, the amplified effects. You get all that several times throughout the score. And I like that. It's kind of avant-garde, it's a bit different, it's a bit off the beaten track, which I like for horror movies, especially horror movies. So the score is better by far than the film that it embraces. The acting, as I say, the acting isn't bad. You can't say, oh, you're fucking terrible. They're not terrible. They're doing what their job is, and nothing more. Chris Abbott as Blake, the whole horrible thing with this mind reading thing with his daughter, it will annoy the hell out of you. But you know, I kind of get why it's there, and they do it reasonably well. The little girl, I've seen people go like, oh, she steals the show. She's just a little girl. She does well. I'm not. Again, I wasn't asked about her survival. I didn't care. His wife, oh fucking hell, with that wank pillow of a hairdo, a straggly blonde thing on the side of her head, looking like, you know, and Marilyn Monroe spiderweb all over her head. It looks awful. Sorry, you know, aesthetics, you know, obviously mean something because they've clearly done, you know, want your hair like this, and like, oh, you look so attractive, so gorgeous, so, you know, you're so mumsy as well, but young, you know, jobs worth, go-getting, you know, up-and-coming journalist of the future. So you're gonna have this sort of high and tight but curly wayward renegade hair. You look fucking ridiculous. It looks utter shit. And I didn't care about it at all. Again, no fault of Julia Garner. The character's just crap. Poor Derek, who is the you know, like squeal like a pig. You know, he's that kind of guy, and you can tell that kind of like, we don't let one of these rednecks into our car, do we? Oh, you have to. He's got a gun, you know. And he gets nibbled off screen, so you didn't even fucking see that. No body count, no nothing. No folklore, apart from this Indian legend sort of thing. So what is it? You don't mention Wolfman once. You don't say werewolf at all. You don't mention lycanthropy. But you call the film Wolfman. What's the fucking point? It's not a werewolf. Full moons and silver bullets only came into effect with 1941's The Wolfman. Courtesy of Mark, who wrote that, and George Wagner, who directed it. It's there. They put that into the werewolf mythology of silver bullets and full moons. That did not exist before in folklore at all. So in this, so the dad and the hiker before him, who clearly obviously got him. Once they become this, they are it all the time. Well, the film won't tell you that. You don't get any idea of what the cycle is. Blake gets ripped, scratched, bitten. We don't even know. It's not a fucking bite. It's a big fucking scratch on his arm. So it's infection. I hate that. You don't have zombies now. No, it's a virus. It's an infection. No, you don't call them zombies. No, they're infected. Oh, fuck off. No, they're not. It's not a werewolf. They're infected. Oh, kiss my arse. That'll fucking infect you. But kiss it nonetheless. Fucking shite. Absolute shite. Have the courage and convictions. Frank Grillo did Werewolves, which I still haven't seen. I know it's on Prime now, Amazon Prime. And I was so looking forward to that. That is going to kick the tits off this movie, because it's a proper go for broke, rip your throats out fucking werewolf movie. They are werewolves. I know it's still stupid as well, but they are werewolves, and we got to fight them. And they're 7 foot tall, walk on 2 legs, big monstrous bastards. Great, that's my kind of werewolf movie. This can't even call itself that, because they're not werewolves. They're hairless. They're fucking stupid. They look ridiculous. And what are they doing? So hang on. Hitchhiker put the bite on his dad 30 years ago, or sometime in the 30-year period, because they split up in the 30 years hasn't seen his dad. But his dad has gone missing in that meantime. Well, hang on. What's out there in the woods? Is it killing anyone? Is it just what's it doing? Is it just sitting in a fucking nest under a tree for half the time? Derek, redneck Derek says that it's getting to nightfall. We don't go out after nightfall. It's dangerous. Well, any fucking woods are dangerous after nightfall. They're dangerous during a fucking broad daylight as well. Another thing which I did not like, if you're going to use heightened senses and show it visually and audio, when you're in the woods at night and you haven't got a flashlight, you can't see a fucking thing. You can't see a thing. Unless there's a full moon, which I'm not even sure if there is in this movie. There might be. Do you know what there might be? But if there is, it means nothing story-wise and nothing visually. So it might as well not be there. But in the woods and you see plenty of shots. Escape, running for the woods, wife and daughter, mum and daughter, running for the woods. You can't see anything at night in the woods. You will fall, you'll hit a tree, you'll poke your eye out on a twig on a tree. You cannot fucking move. You have to move slowly, very slowly, and get your night vision. Otherwise, you're fucked beyond belief. And this film, just run, and you can still see them. It's all lit up, studio. Well, that's not studio, but the lights are all on. Fucking garbage. I hate this movie. You may have surmised. I think the score is interesting and reasonably out there enough to be entertaining in its own right. But the film has zero suspense. Blumhouse all over. No suspense, no excitement, no energy. Lee Whannell, fucking hell. Fucking hell, Lee Whannell. I don't like your movies. I did not like Invisible Man. And now they're going, oh please, I've seen this. I think Enemy said, give him another Universal classic. No, don't fucking give him anything. Tell him to fuck off back to fucking Down Under and stay there. Make a film about Ayers Rock. Fuck off and leave Universal Monsters alone. You're shit. You can't do them. Fucking hell. I think rumours were that he'd be doing like a Jekyll and Hyde or a picture of Dorian Gray. Oh God, fuck off. He can't do Frankenstein. He could do, I suppose, but Guillermo del Toro's beating you to it, hasn't he? And I'm sure you're going to do Dracula because we just had Nosferatu, and what a fucking letdown that was. Oh my god, the films I've been so looking forward to, and yet Nosferatu I thought was going to work and didn't, and this I always thought wasn't going to work, but secretly, privately prayed it would do. And I thought, I want to be the one sitting here after I've seen it and gone like, do you know what? This really worked, and it blew me away. Well, it didn't. It didn't work. It did not blow me away. It pissed me off. It's a god-awful, wretched, I can't call it a mess because it's well made, and isn't that the worst thing? A well-made fucking disaster is the worst of all. You can see it's filmed. Who filmed it? Stefan Duccio? Cinematography by Stefan Duccio. It's good. It's good. It's entrancing. It always looks wonderful. Sound design, as everyone keeps banging on about sound. Oh my god, the sound design. These people don't see horror movies very often. Yeah, there's some good scratchings around the place. You get lots of surround stuff going on. Well, you do in any fucking movie these days. So it's nothing better than I've seen before 10 years ago, 15 years, 20 years ago. It doesn't better any of that. But it's not bad. It does what it needs to do. But it's not like, oh my god, sound design's incredible, and things, and shots across, and I can hear things, and now fuck off. Watch other movies, and you'll find out, it's just as what it's meant to do. Yeah. See, the soundtrack, the score does all these sort of, doing the sound effects for you. Come in. So I mean, this is great. This is the score. So the score works. Big elegiac finale. These pulse-pounding moments of weird suspense and sound effects. But the film does not live up to any of that. As I said before, you don't care about our central trio characters. You don't care about Blake's place. I like the fact it's done in real time. I like the fact that they tried to do it from his point of view, but it's been done before and done better. So I'm sorry, you didn't win on that one. Nice idea, but you didn't execute it very well at all. And you get like it's a big transformation. And I watched for this because in the featurette we see him transform. Root, jaw, fingernails, a lump on the side of his face. That's it, folks. Oh, a bit of hair on his shoulders. Oh, fucking hell. I wake up in the morning and I've got weird fly-like hairs, Jeff Goldblum hairs on my shoulder every morning. Nothing fucking strange about that, is there? Don't you all have that? And then he looks into the woods. So on the feature, so we'd seen this before the film came out, and you see like the trees glow pink and weird, and I was like, wow, it's suddenly we're on Pandora. Wow, it's bioluminescence. That's how he sees things. And then you hear howling. Now, I thought at the time, that's not him howling there. That's howling off in the woods. So I was watching this scene and thought, is it going to be something out in the woods? Which of course it is. But you don't really get to see what's fucking happening out there when he runs out into the woods. So, but it is howling. And again, even in the film, it feels this, like it doesn't feel like there's something else out there who's calling to him for a big battle, mano a mano, lupo a lupo. You know, it doesn't feel like that in the least. Oh, I don't know, folks. I can rip this apart forever and a day, but it's just don't bother. I would have reviewed this yesterday, as I say, but stuff happened. People got hit by motorcycles, got hit by cars, and just to bookend that incident, I don't know if I said before, I may have done, I've forgotten now in all this excitement, the reason why the ambulance was late, or 90 minutes delayed, they'd responded to another accident, an exact same accident, but a mile and a half away, where the young motorcyclist was killed. I then went to the pub and spoke to relatives and friends of his, and of the one who survived, you know, the old guy that I met, Tony, and put them at their ease and all that. And then a friend of mine started on me in the pub, out of the blue, for no reason whatsoever. Just did it. Just started on me, and then got kicked out because of it. Hey ho, what a weird day. So all I want to do is go and watch this movie, and then come back home and sit and report and review this movie. And I was hoping I was going to be like, this is great. What was I thinking before? This is genuinely engrossing, exciting. It is a new slant on the werewolf mythology, and sadly it's none of those things. It's not a werewolf movie at all. Don't go thinking that. Like The Beast Within, and I don't mean Philip Morris 1981 transformation big balloon head monster movie, which is also not a werewolf movie at all. But it's great though. I do love that movie. The Beast Within with Jon Snow, you know, was fucking shit, but it's better than this. And I hated that movie because it's not a werewolf movie. It uses the trappings of werewolfery to spoilers again. A mother, a daughter, the dad who's strange, and the dad, his dad, granddad, strange as well, and a curse, a family curse, and it's really about domestic abuse. The daughter sees the dad as a monster, but he's not a monster at all. Well, he is, but he's not a werewolf. But her mind, her imagination transforms him because of what she's going through and what she witnesses, how she misconstrues it and interprets things. And that although I think the film is rubbish and really tensionless. I didn't care about anyone in that either. But that was an idea which explored lycanthropy from a really different angle. And okay, I get what you're doing there. I get domestic abuse and you're using werewolfery as a metaphor, an allegory for it. That's quite clever. I like that. This tries to do something similar as well. But what's the allegory? What's the metaphor? What are you? Are you what the fucking hell are you? Is it a plague? Is it like, what the hell is it? And how does it end? Where's it going to go from beyond this? It's fucking shit. You people out there, they're going, wow, and I've seen this. Wow, already this is a film of the year. Oh, get the fuck out of here. You stupid, pathetic waste of piss. You are just drivel. If that's what you think. Everyone's entitled to an opinion, but I don't believe a fucking word of that. Wow, it blew me away. It was so exciting. Who was that? I did a video before the film came out, and I read out people who'd seen the film, critics, so-called critics. Wow, I was jumping out of my skin, and then I was weeping tears. It's such an emotional road. Fuck off. I didn't give two shits about anybody. Didn't jump out my skin once. Not fucking once. Not once. And yet there are moments where you're meant to, but I see the bit in the barn where the camera sort of pans round. They don't know he's there, but suddenly you can see him and he's right beside him. That's quite clever. But again, it's the execution. And although, yeah, I can see, the camera work was done well and the lighting was done well, and him just sitting on his haunches staring at them. Yeah, but maybe I'm just too old for this shit now, and I've seen it all before. So I was like, oh, there he is. Yeah, what are you gonna do now? Oh, you stepped in the man trap. Oh, boo-hoo. Go on, eat your paw off then. Oh, you do that. How did you get through your bone though? Didn't see you do that though, did I? No. It's, folks, Wolfman from Blumhouse is a pile of stinking shit. I hate it. It's a garbage movie. And I wish it was badly acted. I wish the effects were awful. I wish everything was wretched. None of those things are. They're all highly competent. But the writing and the direction and the story itself are utterly crap. And if that's it, if that's your story, you got no chance. Lee 1L, fuck off. Don't make any more movies for Blumhouse. No, you keep on making movies for Blumhouse. Won't matter to me. Blumhouse now, that's it. It's over. You've done nothing in the last 10 years which I've thought of any worth whatsoever. I'm not a fan of the Purge movies. I'm not at all. Insidious, the first one, was alright. The rest, shit. I don't care about any Blumhouse movies. The Halloween stuff and the Exorcist was absolute fucking piss poor. And this, wretched. This is a nothing farce of a movie. No thrills, no chills, no scares. Gore. There's no fucking gore in it. There's no body count in it. There's nothing. There's nothing in it. And there's no wolf men in it. Nothing. They're not wolf men. They're not werewolves. I don't know what the hell they are. David Lopan, a homeless, misbegotten, destitute David Lopan from Big Trouble in Little China. That's what you got in here. That's it. Oh, that looks better. That's more wolf-like than what you get in this fucking movie. Pile of shit. Oh, Ben Prendergast plays the werewolf. So I'm presuming that's Grady, the daddy, who's the wolf. The whatever that's lurking out there. Puts the rip, snarl, bite thing, whatever. Passes the curse on to his son. Fucking hell. I mean, I'm sick of this idea now. You know, the father, you know, the sins of the father will visit the sons. Oh, fuck off. Well, they don't even say that. Thankfully, they don't even use that kind of mantra allegory at all. It's just shit. I think I've said my piece on this. The score's good though. I like the score. Damn, you know, there's always that to fall back on. Any other notes here? No, nothing. So it's been reviewed all over the UK. It came out, as I said, yesterday, but you know, fate didn't allow me to do my video yesterday when it had been fresh in my mind. I will never watch this film again. I can tell you that for a fact. Never. The prologue was actually quite atmospheric because it kind of make you think like, yeah, we are going someplace. But that's a wolf creature that's out in the daylight. Wow, we are going somewhere different with this. But again, your opening sort of narrative, the Indians, a hiker went missing, and the Indians believe, you know, it was the plague from the wilderness. I don't know what the fucking words are. I don't care anymore either. You can comment below and say, oh, well, it says this, and this. I don't really give a shit, to be honest with you. And they have the face of the wolf. Really? What fucking wolf looks like that? Last I saw of a wolf, and I've had dogs aplenty that look like wolves. They're kind of fairy. They got fangs and snouts and pointy ears. These fucking things. Baldy fucking underbitten bastards. That's what they are. Fucking, I don't know, First World War deserters, having lived off slops in the trenches for years. That's what they are. They're not fucking werewolves. There's nothing feral about this movie. Nothing at all. Oh, it's come off. Fingernails come off. Oh, tooth come out. Oh, fucking hell. My fucking tooth came out. Didn't lose any hair there, did I? Fucking bollocks. It's absolute bollocks. There was something else we were going to say there. There was something else there. Oh yeah, Lee Whannell said, like, well, we couldn't use a Jack P. Pierce makeup and we couldn't use Rick Baker because we knew we couldn't compete because they're so iconic. So we thought we'd do something different. And I thought about like David Cronenberg's The Fly, and it's a hybrid of a human and an animal together in one body. The werewolf story's always been about two bodies inhabiting one, a hybrid between a man and a wolf. It's never been anything other than that. So, groundbreaking. The two bodies in one, two animals together, like the Thing and the Fly. Ah, fuck off. You're nothing like the Thing or the Fly. Nothing at all. There's zero investment in this. No tragedy. You're not asked about the characters. God, I'm re-raking over us, aren't I? But, you know, it is what it is. And the effects were 100% practical effects. They are, apart from the visual effects, the things, you know, looking glowing chrome and red-eyed and Pandora fucking bioluminescence. Yeah, but the actual practical effects are clearly practical effects. but there aren't that many. A few wounds, not even that many. And a fingernail comes out, a tooth comes out, and then he pulls his jaw and there's a lump on the side of his face. That's it. That's fucking it. There's nothing else. Don't go looking for a big transformation scene. It isn't there. It is not there. There's no transformation scene. It's fucking wank. There's more transformation in a wank than there is in this fucking movie. Things grow, things shrink, and you get like fluid, you know. It is a pure Rob Bottin, Rick Baker special effect, you know. Stretcho skin and all that, like. But this movie has none of that. Oh, his jaw can't even come out properly. Oh, I've got to do it myself. Oh, fuck off. Pathetic. Oh, we do something different. He actually brings his own jaw out himself. Is that when he bites the finger? No, it isn't that. It's not that at all. Sure it isn't. Fucking garbage. No, it is garbage. So, for those of you that like scores out of 5, this gets 2. Scores out of 10, I can't do the fucking maths. What would a 2 equate to? Out of 10, fucking hell, 3. 3, it's shit. It's fucking shit. I don't care what you say. Oh, no, if it's 2 out of 5, it should be 4, or maybe 4.5 out of 10. Fuck off. The film is crap. That's C-R-A-P. Crap. You know, I hate it. I don't invite you to see it at all. Don't give Blumhouse any more of your money. They are piling out turkeys left, right and centre. They are shit. I really wish that wasn't the case. I've been slamming them for years and years and years now. I don't want to be. I'd rather be going, my God. Do you know what? This was great. I really enjoyed it. It pulled the rug from under my feet, and wow, I was excited. I was invested. It was brilliant. Not what I expected at all. No, it was true to form. They are shit. They are a shithouse studio. I hate them. I'll never trust them ever again. I'm not putting any money into Blumhouse. I paid for that fucking ticket. I want it back, you suckers. You know, bloodthirsty bastards. Wolfman. What wolf was in that movie? Pile of absolute wolf's turd. So there you go, folks. I have been Wish I'll be Kilt-Man. Please, in the meantime, in this ever like expletive ridden in between time, please keep it Celtic. I'm going to see you all later. So, in case you haven't picked up on what I've been saying, don't waste your time or money on Blumhouse's Wolfman. Oh, this is what you saw at Halloween night. Isn't what you get in the movie. It is what you get in the movie. It is smoke and mirrors, folks, and you can't polish a turd. And this one, this is one hell of a steamy fucking turd. Crapite.